We all set?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, you may proceed.
I also asked that if any time may have a rebuttal for the defense case. And also I request a motion to set the court.
Certainly.
You could do that during the breaks. If he's inside, you could put your emotion.
Oh, like, just no. Not do it now? Like turn it around, you mean? Or
Yeah, you could just put it in the easel.
You're wasting your time now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you ease into your time.
So just go in the middle and do it?
Yeah, well, while you're on the break, you know what exhibits you're going to use, right?
Oh, on that, but I see what you're
Easel.
saying. Oh, I think I'm like bringing my clothing.
No. Put them up on the easel.
So am I timing him while he sets up the courtroom?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't start until may it please the court.
Well, he's already started, so he's...
He hasn't said may it please the court.
You don't have to say may it.
That's what the
please
time
court
sheet
and-
says. When it,
You don't say may it please the court until the,
yes you do.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
I never said.
You should.
Oh,
Well, this is just as an
Aside.
aside. He's got to set it up
Game time.
differently another time.
Well, just as an FYI, do you or do you not say may it please the
Yeah,
court?
I could.
Just so I know.
I've always found it to be a little archaic.
It seems like a little longer.
Yeah.
I think it's weird. I think it sounds so weird.
it does.
Does
May
that mean I
I
do it or I don't do it?
Well,
Because I would be the person that said may I please the court.
this is a jury trial, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
So what you're actually doing is you're arguing to the jury, so you should be saying, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
Well, they have to argue both to the court.
Oh. Or just say, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, members of the court, fellow counsel.
Say that? Okay. Okay. Ready? Ladies and gentlemen of the court.
Jury.
Jury.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the jury. 9:50 to 10:05. That's all the time Regan Thomas needed to complete a murder investigation. Just 15 minutes. He's not a crime investigator, he was not a detective, and he was not a captain of police force. Yet he, as a reporter for Blitz News Network, took 15 minutes to accuse my client, Drew Walton, of murder. No other broadcasting system, Midlands Police Force, or the crime investigator Mickey McQuiggan had reached a decision or a conclusion on the matter yet. Regan Thomas was the only one who reached a decision that night. For what reason yet? Ratings and rankings for Blitz News Network. The cost? My client, Drew Walton's dream of being the governor of Midlands. Today, we as the plaintiff are given the burden of proof. We do not only accept this burden, but we embrace it. We must prove the 5 elements of liability. The first element is that the defendant published a statement of or concerning the plaintiff. The defendant has already acknowledged in their answer that their transcript on September 24th, 2006 included the name of my client, Drew Walton, in it. The second element we must prove is that the statement is false. And using words like gunned down and all evidence points to in his report, Regan Thomas was false. This was not true. All evidence points to is a false statement. Jan Patel was evidence and an eyewitness. Thomas ignored Jan Patel. Drew Walton, the only person that knows that everything that transpired on the night of September 24th, was also ignored by Regan Thomas. All evidence points to is false. Also, on September 25th, 2006, Midlands Police Force, along with crime investigator Mickey McQuiggan, concluded that Lane Hamilton's death was indeed a suicide, not murder. Also, on the same day, Blitz News Network made a retraction statement about Regan Thomas's broadcast on September 24th. The third element we must prove is that the statement was defamatory in nature. Murder is the most defamatory charge a person can be brought with in today's world. The very name and accusation of murder is defamation at its core. The fourth element we must prove is that the defendant acted with actual malice. Because Drew Walton is a public figure, we have to prove that they are at fault for the publication. Actual malice is defined as a reckless disregard for a statement's possible falsity. Homicide or suicide. Regan Thomas did not use the word suicide in his transcript. Regan Thomas ignored ethical codes in today's national journalism. He did not cite his sources, and he did not use the names of the people he talked to in his report. He recklessly disregarded any chance of a suicide. He did not know all the facts of the case yet, but he had the microphone and the ears of 7 million viewers, and he told them exactly what he wanted them to hear. This was for rankings and ratings. This was for Blitz News Network. Regan Thomas said what he wanted to say, and that the cost of that is my client Drew Walton's dream of being governor once again. Now, let's break this down, ladies and gentlemen. The whole night. The night of September 24th, 2006. Let's absorb the facts and what happened on that night. We've already heard from Regan Thomas that his news report, his investigation, began at 9:50. He began talking to eyewitnesses, Harley Kim, Kevin Vanunu, Mickey McQuiggan, ignored Jan Patel and Casey French. He talked to Jan Patel at 9:55. Patel claimed Drew Walton's innocent. Drew Walton has nothing to do with this. Regan Thomas didn't want to hear this. He didn't want that in his news report. He wanted murder. He ignored Jan Patel at 9:55. 10:05, he reached a decision. He began to call his producer, Fran Martin, a well-respected and well-regarded employee at Blitz News Network. Been in this for over 10 years. It's her job to make a decision of which story should run and should not run. Fran Martin said the statements were inconclusive from the police and that he had conflicting eyewitnesses. Regan Thomas didn't care. He wanted a story, he wanted the limelight, and he wanted an Emmy. So he decided to call his own president and try to get his own permission. He could have waited. The facts would have been more clear. Instead, he took the fast road, the not thorough road. Not fair, not accurate. He didn't care. He took 15 minutes and convinced himself and tried to convince 7 million people that Drew Walton shot Lane Hamilton. Blitz News Network got their rankings that night. They got everything they wanted. But it's defamatory and it's false. And destroyed my client Drew Walton's hopes and dreams of representing her state and hometown. She will never be the governor of Midlands now because of that broadcast. Thank you.